Good morning and welcome to the Angel and Tina morning show. How are you doing? Tina, I got you like mid giggle. Oh, and we've got Maribel. We've got her giggling too over there. We're just going to have a giggle fest today. So,
Because when we're in the green room, Angel and I just go chat around, and then she goes, "Okay, we're ready. 3, 2, 1," and Maribel and I both go like at the same time.
I've got a different screen up. So when we're ready to go and we stream it from, into the live, like a different screen pops up. So I can't see you guys while that screen is in my way.
So you're like 3, 2, 1, and we're going live. And we both
don't they tell you to do that? Like when you're taking pictures outside when it's really bright, like look down, look down, look down, look up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
again.
I like flip.
Yeah.
We're ready for our runway shots. We're ready. Well, welcome to the morning show. We are having such a fun time already this morning. Happy to have our audience joining us here live. Of course, it's Chef Maribel in the kitchen today. Tina, how are you doing?
I'm doing, I already had a speaking event this morning, like before the show. I've already did a speaking event. Come on here. And I love having our morning chats, you and I, because it's just like we're catching up it's like 20-minute catch up with your like best girlfriend. And we just like catch up in like 20 minutes, like everything in the last like week or two.
Everything, right? Oh, there was this, there was this.
And then like you go from subject to subject to subject. And I'm so glad that you keep up with me. But I was showing you that I got this thing in the mail and somebody sent it to me and they know that I'm always hot, right? Like, I mean, I'm hot too.
No, we all have fans on, right? Right before I'm like, okay, I got to go turn my fan on. Right?
I have a fan blowing on me and then I have my little mini fan, of course it's pink, but somebody sent this to me and it's a fan. And
it's like a little, like got a little holder that holds around your neck.
Yeah.
And it lights up.
And it lights up. So like, it's like on me.
Is it blowing? Is it on?
It's blowing me.
A little personal fit. Okay. Number one, that's the perfect thing to wear to Disney.
Okay. So in August, I am going to Orlando. I'm the MC for a big event down in Orlando and I'm going to come see Angel. But I don't know if things are blocked up, but we maybe go down to downtown Disney and I'll get you one of these and you and I can both wear them.
We can wear them. But you know where else you have to wear that?
Yeah.
On the airplane. With all it's like your own little personal disco ball.
It is.
It is. And it's so hot wearing that mask. I just got back from Costa Rica and it's so suffocating to wear the mask. I know I shouldn't complain, but like
I went to San Antonio last month and I had the mask on. I felt like I was so out of shape because my mask is like
you're like Darth Vader.
And I'm like, am I just really, really out of shape?
Well, you're not getting
they go different colors: white, pink, red, blue.
It's like having your own disco ball, right? I love that.
I'm gonna get you a pair so we can wear them when I come in Orlando.
We definitely need those. Those are definitely, light up anything in a personal fan. And for
watch the kids, like if we go at nighttime, the kids are gonna be like, I want those. Mommy, I want that.
And you can like kind of put them up over your head. They're like Mickey ears.
I don't know if they would stay.
Well, we'll have to get like that fashion tape, right? Tape it to your neck. Right.
But it has 3 speeds and it's 8 different colors. So I thought that's pretty cool.
So funny. That is so funny. Well, we all have our fans.
Never sent these to me. I appreciate it.
Do you know who? You don't know.
I don't, because you put the little thing in Amazon that it's a gift, right? Like when I was sending you all those gifts, it just kind of came to you. You didn't know who it was from. And sometimes the little tag doesn't come through.
It doesn't. It should be like right on the label, like right on the box outside. This is
gift from Tina.
Yes, because you do say it's a gift. You put it on there, now the one good news, and it's weird though, because then when you send something, Amazon will tell you, hey, your gift is about to ship or has arrived. And so then you text the person, but it feels like you're asking for recognition.
Recognition, right? Like when I sent you those things last year, I'm like, did you get anything today?
And so it does feel a little weird, but maybe that's just the new thing, right? That's just how we communicate now. Sent you something, it's in the mail. And yeah, just when you get this thing, just know that's from me.
Okay, so I have a question for people. So when you get something in the mail and you do know who it's from, what do you guys do? Do you like text the person and say thank you? Do you take a picture of it and post it on social media? Do you forget about it? Like there's sometimes I send people like cards and gifts in the mail from like mailbox power, right? And it says delivered.
And you don't hear anything. Yeah, that's me. Like I don't post I don't share it on social media, that all the stuff that I get. I just like I'll send them a private like, hey, thank you, I got it. Or we used to send thank you cards, right? Or handwrite thank you cards. Now it's just a blip, hey, thanks, got my gift.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to post these things on public?
I teach my people, like my clients, I teach to do that. Anytime anybody sends you anything, take a picture and be like, oh, I got it, thank you. If you know who the person is, thank you so much, Angel Tessie. It's things like this that make us good friends or something like this. You know exactly what I like.
Yeah.
But if you don't know who the person is, I would still post it and be like,
post it.
Thank you for whoever sent this to me.
These are new, like, who was it that you used to call, like you would write to etiquette. Yes. Thank you. Who was the etiquette lady? Like dear Abby, right? Like, right? Am I totally aging myself, right? But it's the new etiquette of what social media has shifted how we connect with each other. And so now if you get a present,
yes,
the etiquette is to take a picture and post it.
Yeah.
And tag that person publicly.
And to say tag them in it. But what I teach my clients is that when you send these kinds of gifts and cards to people, your clients are going to then take the card and gift, take a picture of it, and that just gives you more exposure.
Do they know they're supposed to do that though? Like there's the breakdown.
Yeah, that's the truth.
We have to
but you have to do it in order to get it back. You know what I mean? Like you got to do it in order to get it back. So that's why I do it. And then anytime I send it out, but there are a few people who I've sent things to and I'm like, they didn't delivered, and you're not going to say nothing.
And do the right thing. They didn't do the right thing.
Later, I'm like, hey, have you gotten anything from me? Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot to say thank you. And I'm like,
I know, we're just so like we scroll, like we're just scrolling. And then that's a moment in life. Okay, got the gift, next post, next thing, right? Oh. It's like we don't go back. I already saw that, right? And I didn't hit like, right? I didn't double click on it.
Something in the mail, Angel. If I sent you something in the mail, well, maybe not me, because I send stuff. You'd be posting all day.
Maribel sent me something in the mail.
What would you do? What would be the first thing? You would open it, of course.
Yeah, I would open it. I would probably text Maribel and say, hey, I got it. Thank you. Like, this was so sweet. Like, I love it. But now I'm learning, then the next thing I do is share that picture publicly.
Yeah,
and tag her there.
Because like if I mean something from her like kitchen or like she sent you cookies, you want everybody to see that. So you're helping give her more exposure by showing people, hey, I just got some cookies from Chef Maribel.
Okay, so Maribel, weigh in. What do you think?
I think in the context of your business professionally, sure. Yeah. But I wouldn't do that if it's a personal, like, in my personal life, I probably wouldn't post it on social media. I would just either send a text and also probably a thank you card. Yeah, but okay. I don't get
your best friend, like your girlfriend, your best girlfriend. If she sent you something, would you do it? So Tina, it's not a visibility thing. It's a friendship.
If my best friend sent, I definitely would post it on social media.
You would post it on social.
Because
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
just
All right.
because
The audience needs to weigh in.
right? Let the audience, what do you think? I think because it's just you get to see what kind of friends you have, like
It's the new social etiquette. Maribel, the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, I was in Dallas and I had texted some people that I know live in Dallas to say I was visiting, and I was just there for a very short period of time, but I couldn't see them because I didn't schedule that kind of time into my day. And so I learned that you don't text them if you can't see them. You only text them if you can see them. And then they just have to find out on social media that you were in town and didn't see them.
Okay.
or I think somebody said that you can text them, be like, hey Tina, I'm in Charlotte. Well, see, if it was you and I'd be pretty pissed off if you
pissed off. Right. So I have to either I have to make time to see you, or I have to hide the fact that I went to Charlotte.
But then you'd be like, oh, guess what I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Hey, I was just
hours, but I didn't come to see you.
Right. There are these rules. Well,
you have to show that you're busy working.
I was working.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I was working. I really was. Okay. Well, it is Chef Maribel Day, right? We have our kitchen, our morning show kitchen open. What are we cooking here this morning?
So because July 4th is around the corner, I wanted to do, and I don't know if we're getting together before July 4th. Maybe I'll do another side item. But I wanted to keep it simple. I'm going to do deviled eggs, and
yeah, probably we aren't getting together before July 4th, huh?
Because
right,
July 4th is next week.
Yeah,
next
weekend.
Next weekend is July 4th.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You sure about that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at my wall calendar, and 1 week from today is July 1.
Yeah.
And so the weekend, next weekend
Sunday is July 4th. Next Sunday is July 4th.
Okay. All right. Well, so here is deviled eggs, and I did grow up eating deviled eggs in San Antonio. We would have it like when you do barbecues or whatever, which is pretty common, I think, here in the States, for any kind of barbecue or get together. But I'm not a deviled eggs connoisseur, but I do have some techniques that I'll share.
It's fun to eat deviled eggs. Like you go into a restaurant and they do like the gourmet style. Like
there is so many different ways to make deviled eggs these days. Like back in the day, it was just the egg and like relish and mustard and mayonnaise, like, right? And
I mean those
and chili flakes and like all these other things.
I think that's where you can chef it up a little bit, are your garnishes, and also pickling your whites. So I have
I love that phrase, chef it up, right? Or chef it up a little bit.
You gotta be careful. We're chefing it up today.
So Maribel, are there any any tips for people who never
chefed it up,
right, deviled eggs before, like prepping the eggs?
Yeah. So first we want to cook it. The thing I didn't like about, I think, boiled eggs, was that most people would overcook them, and you get that green ring around the yellows. And that's when you've overcooked the egg, and it releases like sulfur. So that really kind of just
the whole house smell bad.
It does, and tasting it is not any better. So I think that's why I never was a fan of deviled eggs, because most people would overcook it. But when you have some skills, after a while, you figure out how you can make it yourself.
You know how.
You're like, let me see if I can change that, right? So this is how I do it. Everyone has, you can manipulate the cooking time definitely any which way. But for one thing, I know for sure you don't need to get a gadget that has the cooking, like there's gadgets out there,
Oh, I see the little 6-egg thing that you put the yes.
You don't need that. You don't need that. So what I do, and it comes out perfect every time, I have my water boiling right now. Your eggs, it's always best to have it room temperature anytime you're going extreme. So like 10 minutes, take out your eggs, let them come up to room temperature. And let's see, I have 2 already cooked, and I'm going to put 2 in, and they've been at room temperature.
In Europe, and I just know this because I was watching a movie the other day, and they had their eggs out, like room temperature. They're like not refrigerator. They're not in a refrigerator. And
Latin America as well. But you go to the grocery store, and all of the eggs are at room temperature. Actually, like a supermarket,
like
they'll be at.
How is that safe?
It is safe. It's just that the reason why we put our eggs in the refrigerator is because there is a shell, there's a natural shell and a barrier for the eggs, so that you don't have contamination that are coming into the eggs. We refrigerate it so that you preserve the egg longer, so there's not oxidation to the egg.
It's probably because they stick around longer, right? Like, you're like, you guys are eating them, they're fresher.
So if you went to the store like twice a week and got eggs, you can keep your eggs, like you keep your fruit in the fruit basket, like you can keep your eggs out there like that.
Yeah, nothing will happen. Also, the eggs are usually well, you grew up with the eggs being in the refrigerator.
You have to put them in the refrigerator. They're gonna go bad.
The longer, also it is kind of a thick and a thin layer depending on the egg. Most of our eggs, if you get them from conventional supermarket, like when it's not organic or farm fresh, that means that we have like all the chickens that are close by. So there's a lot of contamination that can happen with that, and that's why they refrigerate the eggs, so that there's not continual oxidation with the eggs, and any kind of bacteria and the salmonella of chicken wouldn't happen. However, when you get fresh farm eggs, like from a farm or from somebody's urban chickens, which I have in my neighborhood,
your brown eggs.
those eggs are fine to be left out because they are so fresh, and if you eat them within a week, you'll be fine.
So they have to be out there. You can keep them out on your counter for up to a week.
Well, yeah, they've never been refrigerated, and
never been refrigerated. But also, I'm not outside. Our houses are usually air conditioned. So
do you keep them on your counter? Or do you keep them in the pantry?
I don't. I'll put them in the refrigerator. There's no,
Good, but you could have.
Your fruit basket that has like the 2-tier, like your fruit would be on the bottom and your eggs would be on the top, right?
No.
Yeah, like if you're at a farm, I guarantee you that their eggs are not always in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
that's just
in a pretty ceramic bowl
basket. Yeah, because they're they have the chickens. They're going daily. It's fresh every day. So yeah. So, anyways. You start with really good eggs so that you have a big, large yellow center. And I had a friend, duck eggs would be awesome for deviled eggs, except they don't have a large white outside.
Duck egg conversation already, right?
Duck eggs. Yeah. So I did deviled eggs for a gathering for our neighborhood, and I did mix it with duck eggs. With regular eggs, just to get a richer yellow and a lot more filling. but I don't know if you can see, there's no ring. That's 7 minutes. I
Those
have my time.
almost look like avocados, like from a distance, like the size of them. Not in your hand now, but when they were on
Like what?
before I knew we were doing something that were eggs, and I just saw those things sitting on the counter, I almost thought they were avocados.
Oh, okay. Right. So we're gonna take it out. And then with the whites, so I recommend doing your deviled eggs the night before, because you know, when you get a deviled egg, the whites fall apart.
Yeah.
So the best way to kind of create a little bit of texture to your white egg
I
is
thought she had a deviled egg little spoon. I was about to say something. I was like, oh my gosh, she even has a deviled egg spoon, but she's just using the other side of it.
yeah. What you could use is a little demi-tasse spoon.
You
So
could
I'm going
buy demi-tasse spoons, and you could market them as deviled egg spoons.
I could.
And make a fortune.
That's a good one. That's easy.
He's like, done.
Done. I got
Goes to Angel.
So I have you can use any pickling juice that you want. I did equal parts, 1 part water, 1 part vinegar, and the vinegar could be, I recommend apple cider vinegar because it has just a little bit of sweetness to it, or you can mix equal parts of apple cider and white wine vinegar, or even champagne vinegar to chef it up, right? So
Get her some stepping it up here on the Angel and Tina morning show.
Get aprons that say "chef it up."
Right?
chef it up.
We're gonna brand it. Aprons and mugs.
So this is, and then you add equal parts, actually not equal parts, 2 to 1 sugar to salt in your liquid, and I mixed it up. And then I cut red onions to give it flavor. You could add garlic, you could add, I don't want to overpower it, so I'm just going to add a little bit of onions here.
Angel, have you ever pickled your eggs before?
No.
I haven't.
All right.
This is
So
I'm like intense.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
watching
watching
it,
like this.
No, I'm like following. I know she's gonna post the recipe, right? She's gonna post the recipe, but
I have the recipe already ready.
It's already, but it's so much easier when you when you watch her and then you read the recipe.
Yes.
That makes sense, right? Because you've seen her and you've heard her talking, and so I'm
So you're
intently
putting all the whites in the little pickled water, okay? Or juice.
Pickled juice. So pickling, solution, you should say, because this is vinegar and water. So that's my timer for my egg. Oh my goodness, one cracked. One cracked.
Get little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it always, that happens with some eggs. It's all like make a few extra. But if I were you, that never happened to me before. But
of course, because we're live.
Of course.
I know. So that one's ready, obviously. But I'm going to put my timer on for 2 minutes. I turn off the heat. I did the same thing to these two already, but what can I say? We're live.
So the pickled juice. So you know how you go to the store and sometimes there's jars of pickled eggs. Is that the same thing?
Yes. So in Asian culture, this I get from like Asian culture. They have they're called 100 or 1,000-year-old egg, and it's like. I know, it sounds the worst. It sounds the worst.
Sitting on the counter the whole time
for 1,000 years. Imagine the smell.
Probably. It does kind of smell, but what it does, it just kind of, the idea is that you're just like tofu, you're submerging it in a liquid. It'll get from the vinegar and the acid, it'll kind of give the whites a bit of texture and flavor. So they put theirs in soy sauce, like a soy solution, and so that gives it a lot of flavor. It does turn the color of the whites, but I'm just using that application to this vinegar solution. And so the longer it sits in the vinegar, the better. But I did it, like I said, I did this for a gathering in our neighborhood. We get together weekly for a little happy hour on our block. And I probably just had it in the solution for 30 minutes and it was fine. They were like, what'd you do to the whites? I'm like, oh, I pickled it. So that was just a little bit extra something.
I chefed
Yeah.
it up, right?
I chefed it up.
You know,
We're gonna market the heck out of this chef.
You like that? Okay. This is mine though.
I know you probably had no idea, Maribel, when you said, I'm going to make deviled eggs, that it would be such a teaching. Right? We're so fascinated by all the different things about the eggs. She's like, we're just going to cook the eggs. And we're like 25 to tell me more.
How do you do?
So I'm going to take it out and I'm going to definitely run this in cold water, or if you have an ice bath, I don't want it to cook anymore. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in cold water. I'm just going to let that run and chill down and cool down. Meanwhile, we have our egg yolks, and I only have 2 there. So let me see.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So my boys, every time I made deviled eggs, they would take like pop the whole thing in their mouth. And here I am like, so
I do have.
Do you pop the whole thing in your mouth or do you like bite it?
No, I go half.
It's like sushi, right? Like, do you stick the whole thing in your mouth or do you just bite it?
Sushi, you have to stick the whole thing in your mouth. But
you do.
Like when you're on a date, like
I know, but sometimes you're just like
So I'm going to so everyone has their method for taking off. I mean, there's so many southern like wives' tales, but
eggshell pillar that you put in the egg and you shake it up and it takes the eggshell off for you.
But I like to do it pretty much right as it after you cook it, because it's just the skin is just doesn't stick.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to take off, rinse it under cold water, and then peel it. I'm sure there's some southern out there that probably has some I heard
to put vinegar inside the water and it helps peel off better.
Oh.
But how long did that take? Did I need anything? I don't think so.
Use a spoon,
yeah,
and it just lifts the whole thing.
Wait, what?
Right.
Yeah. Use a spoon. A spoon.
To take the peel off?
To peel the egg, yeah. So you crack it,
mm-hmm.
and then you take a spoon under the crack, and it just kind of lifts the whole thing.
Yeah, once you get part of that albumin, like that, that little skin, which is the protein, then you're set. So that's that's my other recommendation, is to do it as it's like
digs into the white, and it's all rough. I like it when it's smooth.
I like it when it's smooth.
Pretty, so pretty.
So yeah, so that's, and if if your egg yolk is not as yellow, we could add some turmeric to it. We could add a little bit of yellow, because that seems to be pretty. And then if I had my handy dandy spoon, I could easily.
She's got her egg yolk spoon.
If you have your egg yolk spoon that we have now trademarked here on the Chef It Up.
Yeah, that would be good right now, because it is kind of, it's so fresh, it's sticking. So got that out, and I'll have, let's see, 4 whole eggs. That one came out easily.
Okay, Angel,
and
what do you put in your deviled eggs?
Yeah.
Nothing really.
You don't put nothing in it?
I mix it with mayonnaise.
Yep.
Some salt and pepper, and I top it with paprika.
Okay,
nice.
So I put mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, relish, salt and pepper, and then I top it with paprika.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
do the relish typically in mine. My neighbor puts bacon, right? Crumbles up.
Well, you could, yeah, eggs and bacon is nice.
We call him Gina. What do we call it? Gina Deviled egg, Diva eggs. Yeah, we call them diva eggs.
Diva.
Yeah, they are her diva eggs. But yeah, I don't put a lot of stuff in them. And then
So
here's how
I
do it.
would use.
Here's how I
Go ahead.
chef it up is I put
Go,
it
tell
in
me.
a piping bag and I pipe my egg yolk back into my egg.
I know, I do
Yeah.
that too.
Huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have my
that's
little
what we're gonna do.
I have my little Pamper Chef little egg thing.
Oh, the Pampered Chef sells it.
I need
Oh my goodness.
I need the mini baking stone.
Okay.
Well,
The-
I don't sell Pamper Chef anymore.
Oh, you don't? Oh. Yeah, I had the little one and it got broke and like so
Yeah.
I need that. And I looked it up online and they still sell it because I bought it, 100 years ago. And I need a
Dang, you're that old?
I am. I'm like 100-year-old egg. I've just been pickled.
You're a good angel.
So okay, so I just added Dijon mustard. If I really want to chef it up, if I really want to make it extra good and put the effort into this presentation, I would make my own mayonnaise.
You would make your own mayonnaise?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
oh man, like,
Well, so if we have enough time, I have it ready to do. So if we have enough time. So
Okay.
yeah.
okay, Chef Maribel, I think we have enough time. Go
I
ahead
don't know
and make your
anybody who makes
So
their own mayonnaise. Like
you have to make everything
you
from
have
scratch if you're
to.
gonna chef it up.
How dare you?
If you're gonna chef it up, you gotta every single ingredient has to have that extra oomph into it, right? That's where we add. That's the secret to adding chefing it up. It means you're gonna add an extra love. You're gonna add like, oh, I love this.
Chef Maribel, I think you're already chefing it up with your whisk because I just use a fork.
yeah, she's got the fancy tools. I think, Chef Maribel, I think we need to like rename your YouTube channel, Chef It Up.
.com.
All right.
We need to see if chefitup.com is open.
Oh,
But Angel's like,
I
let me
do.
get on that right now.
I just think like this is such a Maribel thing, right? Gonna chef it up.
So
Mug set. We're gonna have water bottles, chef it up, aprons, cooking hats. We're gonna chef it up here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Yeah, there is a Chef It Up, there's a Chef It Up Kids, but that's not a Chef It Up adults. They just plain Chef It
Everybody
Up.
better get it right after the show.
I just think it's such a fun phrase. And you know how Emerald, he had his BAM,
Bam.
right? No, we're gonna chef it up.
And if you make your own mayonnaise, you are not part of the Chef It Up team.
well, I mean that'll only just add an extra, but we can do shortcuts. I'm using regular mayonnaise.
You can do shortcuts. You can use jarred mayonnaise if you must.
If you must, but if you're in the Chef It Up club, you want to learn how to make that mayonnaise.
You want to learn how to make your own mayonnaise too. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Chef It Up club.
Yeah, there is FYI a .club. So you know how there's like a .media,
Yes.
right? There is .club. So we could have Chef It Up .club and you could be part of the Chef It Up club.
So if I had more egg yolk, I would definitely put this in a food processor, even better to blend it up.
What?
Yeah. You guys are ready.
That's how you chef it up.
That's how you chef it up. So I would put in here.
You're like, you're done 20 minutes ago.
Oh, she's like, this is a 10-minute recipe that Tina and Angel just like drew out for an hour.
So if I really want it, it's all about the smooth and texture, and then we're gonna have our pickled egg white. So it's gonna be a nice bite that you can easily have half of and not where it all
Yeah.
falls apart. That'll make it, it's about the texture as well.
So you put it in
So
a food processor. I
What?
never would
Yeah,
have thought to do that.
Angel and I
Right.
would have been done like 15 minutes ago with our fork
It'd already be eaten, right?
and licking the spoon.
But these are gourmet, right?
well,
definitely.
I want it to be fluffy. So any way that you can aerate the egg with that fat, which is our mayonnaise, then it'll be like
Your homemade mayonnaise.
then it would be clouds of egg in your, and so it's also about
It's so
texture, right?
light,
Hey,
right?
Angel, when I come to Orlando, we are gonna make Chef It Up eggs. Look, she's like,
Okay, so you have mustard and you have mayonnaise.
I have Dijon mustard. It must be Dijon. I have mayonnaise. The reason why I like to use my own mayonnaise is because this is like a sauce, right? Mayonnaise is one of the mother sauces that you learn in culinary school, but it also has like preservatives. It has that extra flavor of vinegar or salt or whatever. So if I want to like keep that neutral, that's why I like to make my own mayonnaise.
okay, so one of our audience members said she's been making her own mayonnaise since she's been to culinary art school too. So Angel, we're slacking.
No, you're not slacking. You just didn't know. You didn't know how easy it was.
Expertise of Chef It Up and how to make our own mayonnaise.
You just didn't know how easy it was. So we have salt, of course. I use white pepper just to keep it neutral. And that is about it. You could add a little bit of pickling juice here, but I'm going to keep that neutral because we're going to garnish with all our little pickle condiments that I have here set up that I'll share with you in a minute. And then just as you said, Tina, I have my piping bag.
Handy dandy Pap and Chef piping bag.
And I put it, in a cup so that I can easily, this is my llama cup.
Yep.
And then, I tasted it. It's fine. I probably, if you want it even more creamier, you add more mayonnaise, as you know. Some people add sour cream. Some people, it's really up to you. You can even add creme fraiche. You could add other kind of creamy
A lot of people
mixes.
add avocados here at this point.
Okay, yeah, that would be good too. But then it'd be green. You can add color to it. So this is a nice yellow looking mixture, which I like, and that'll
that off that bowl.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get every single bit. And so then let's talk about garnishes. We'll see, we'll get one together and we'll see if we have time to do our mayonnaise. We just might. Okay, so let's talk garnishes. We have our creamy, unctuous, like egg mixture. Yes, it's like just like melts in your mouth. It's like butter, and then yeah. So then we have our pickled vegetables. I have my red onions that I'm going to actually use. And the longer this stays in the pickling juice, it'll get red and pink and beautiful. So I like that.
Pink eggs.
Yeah.
Yay.
I have a chili oil that a friend made, and he's a chef friend. And this could be a nice little drizzle on top of the egg. Also gives it color. I have the usual.
Angel and I are like, we're slackers.
I sprinkle paprika, right? Like, oh, I'm fancy.
I got my paprika. I also have, regular, your favorite pickles.
Do you make
I also
those
have.
pickles?
Wait, do you make those pickles?
Those look like those are homemade pickles.
Those are not, but I do have some homemade pickles that a friend made, and they look gorgeous. They're a little bit yellow, so I think she put a little bit of turmeric in there or something.
Angel,
But they're like
Sweet
sweet.
bread and butter pickles.
Oh, I like butter pickles on my sandwich.
And then I also have cornichons. These are the little pickles. These are kind of sweet, so these might be a nice
Ooh.
Yeah, these are cornichons. These are sweet petites. And so they're a nice little garnish and give a little contrast to the salt and creaminess that you're going to have with the egg, and also our pickled whites. So let's I'm gonna chat. And so now we not need to work on our knife skills, right? So I don't know if you can see. Yes.
Yes, we'll see.
Okay. So I have this type of pickle, and here we definitely want to cut our slices very carefully and thinly, and then we cross cut to get like tiny little squares. Okay, so since we want to garnish every single little egg half, so we want little squares. I don't know if you can see that.
Tiny diced.
Yeah, tiny dice. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do my little cornichon. I do slices, and then I do strips, and then you cross cut, and then you get those little cubes. I'm going to do a free cooking class series in August. And we're going to start with knife skills on YouTube and Facebook. And
Oh, my mother-in-law was here, and they were having a knife skills class at the grocery store, and she missed it, and she was really disappointed. I will tell her that she can go online and watch the knife skills class.
Yeah, watch or participate, while we're doing it together, or she can just watch. And then so it'll be knife skills, but you'll be learning, some recipes that involve some knife cuts, mainly like salsas and dips that require some nice cuts to make everything look super appetizing. So this is our pickled cornichons. And the other thing are our pickled red onions. So these red onions, they haven't been sitting very long. I literally put it on before we started. So like I said, the longer they sit in the vinegar, the redder they get, right? And you can add paprika to that just to give it color or not. They really do turn like a really bright pink. So that's really pretty. And since I cut them really thin, into little thin strips, I get little cubes.
Angel, we're completely slackers.
We have not.
This is how you can be the star at your next gathering. What are you guys gonna do for July 4th?
Well, I think up until 45 minutes ago, I didn't realize how quickly it was coming upon us.
Yeah.
Literally next weekend.
It is next weekend. It is
next weekend.
I don't even know.
You have an awesome pool. You should have a pool party.
You should have a total pool party. Angel, I am actually going to visit a friend of ours in
Really?
Yes, for the weekend.
Hey, do I know this friend? Are we saying out loud or?
No, I'm not gonna say it out loud. I want people to know where I'm going. But yes, I am gonna go see her. So
private chat me. Tell me where you're going.
oh, okay. I'm going to Virginia, but it's gonna be fun.
Okay, cool.
4th of July.
Virginia.
Yeah, for the 4th of July, I'm gonna leave.
You're traveling a lot, Tina.
I have been. I went to San Antonio last month. I'm going to Virginia next week. The beginning of August, my son in the military, he's coming down. The beginning of August, I'm going to San Antonio again because I'm speaking at an event. The end of August, I'm going to Orlando for an event that I'm emceeing.
How much fun you are going to have. So, so are you gone? Oh, 5 thoughts. Number 1, the holiday is actually the Monday, that July 5th. So FYI. Like that's
FYI.
I wonder if we have
Monday, July 5th is the actual like holiday. So if people work, that's the day off that they would have because July falls on a Sunday. So entrepreneurs, because we often forget,
yes,
they need to take holidays off. Oh, it's Memorial Day. Oh, it's Labor Day. Oh, shoot. It was just a Monday for us.
Last year we did. We worked on, I think we did work on 4th of July too, because we kind of forgot Like we worked on Memorial Day and Labor Day.
Well, and of course, because last year there were no gatherings, right? There was, there weren't any events happening. Just if you're a Disney fan, July 1, they are starting fireworks again at Disney on July 1. So they will have 4th of July fireworks this
So
year.
when I come down there in August, I think I have a day with you. So you'll have to plan our day. Look at her little, I seen your little.
Oh, hold on. Let me spotlight you.
Okay.
She's gonna do a little Dairy Queen.
Yeah. So I put an angle on my tip, so just so it's flat, so that when I'm gonna just do like loop-de-loops. I'm gonna loop it and then I'll have it filled, and then I'll just go on top, and it creates a little texture so that when I put our garnishes on top, it'll catch.
Oh, yeah, Angel.
Yeah.
We are totally slackers. Our holidays are no longer gonna look the same.
So now I have my garnishes, and we have our powder, paprika, we have our colored pink red onion, we have our pickled sweet cornichons, and then also our pickled cucumbers that are in a traditional
On her contrasted plate, it's a black plate. Like
oh yeah, I wanted you to see it. That's right. You have to think of the plate always.
Oh, see,
right.
I have a
I do too. I have a deviled egg holder.
Yeah, but it's white. You're right. It should be a dark color.
Yeah, because you want them to stand out. So you could get really chefed up and get some tweezers in here. Try to get those. Should I get those tweezers out for you? Why?
I think Chef Maribel probably is the only person that has tweezers in her kitchen.
Kitchen tweezers.
Yeah.
Kitchen tweezers. So we have.
Well, do you have kitchen tweezers?
Hard-boiled egg spoon, or an egg yolk spoon, and kitchen tweezers on your store.
Yeah.
Look at her.
So
those
when
like those medical suture.
Yes.
Tweezers.
She's like, yep, that's what they are. I actually stole them from my doctor's office.
No, they are meant for garnishing. There are
kitchen tweezers.
Yeah, haven't you seen those chefs with they're called tweezer chefs. We call them tweezer chefs, but in all honesty, if you're really going to garnish your food, you need something super precise, and these are them. You could even
working in Pamper Chef, I have never seen kitchen tweezers.
No, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to.
Pamper Chef sells kitchen tweezers.
You guys are giving me all sorts of ideas.
I mean, seriously, we have a whole store for you already by the end of the
All right, and then the last garnish, because people like salt, right? So I'm using really nice Malden salt, which is sea salt from England, but you could even get pink sea salt. Himalayan salt. There's pink salt from Bolivia, from Peru. I mean, there's salt all over the world. You can get really chefed up, okay, when it comes to salt.
And then you can do hashtag really chefed up.
So I'm just adding a little extra salt to one of them, just because, and then
I have never wanted a deviled egg so badly in my life.
All right, that's why.
The paprika in a...
That is very chefy, right? That is chefy. We've got a whole. I just took it out of the bottle and go shush, shush, shush.
You don't want to just throw it on there, okay? You have to add a little.
You have to sift it.
You gotta add so it just lightly touches it,
Oh my gosh. We will never make deviled eggs the slacking way again.
Yeah, we have
I'm not saying you're doing slacking. This is just another way to do it. Okay. So look, we have our paprika, we have our red onion, we have our homemade pickled veg, we have our cornichons where they're a little bit, these ones are a little bit sweet. It says sweet cornichons. And then if we wanted, we could add, if you wanted to make it yellow, you could add turmeric just a little bit because it's not the best flavor for people, but it does add beautiful color. And then we can also add a little bit of chili oil to our mix. And guys, you're gonna flip your lip here.
Oh, what tool does she have now for
I
us?
know what little tool. I thought I had all the tools. Wait. What is this?
It's like a special drizzling spoon.
Oh,
So
my
it
God. Okay, I just use the spoon to drizzle my stuff.
Special drizzling spoon. Look at that.
yeah,
Oh my,
right.
I'm blown.
So I'm gonna add like a drop perfectly. So it looks like a little garnish.
Here I am. I thought I had all the kitchen tools and gadgets. Like everybody comes to my house, I have a kitchen gadget and tool for everything. I do not have kitchen tweezers. I do not have
Now you will.
a
Now you will.
special drizzling thing. I don't have a deviled egg spoon.
You are missing out.
Listen out.
Yeah.
But
All
I
right. So that
see salt.
the oil will add another flavor. So this one has it's a what's the chili? I think it's morita, which is from Oaxaca. And this one has peanuts and some other spices. So it's a really nice.
Or is it a sweet chili?
It's a sweet, hot, smoky. So it'll add a little extra something to our egg.
Oh, chef it up. Hotness.
Yeah. You can get creative here. This is just my whatever was in my head.
Everyday deviled eggs. I'm not that creative. I just do my everyday deviled.
That's what was just in my kitchen. And I just got in from Costa Rica last night. So I was like, what am I going to do? And my friend's like, do something with watermelon because July 4th is coming. I was like, oh, that means I have to go to the store.
The thing going around with watermelon that you put mustard on the watermelon.
No.
I mean, I was going to do watermelon. But I mean, I make a watermelon salad. You add red onions. I would probably add pickled onions, like the sweet and sour is nice, but you have to have it balanced.
The feta cheese with the watermelon?
Yeah, you could add feta, you could add goat cheese, you don't have to, but that's always a nice creamy texture to add. And you could probably make a nice little puree.
And taught us so much with just this one simple, you thought you knew deviled eggs, right? But
well, I think when you're bringing something, again, it wasn't that hard, the filling, but just a few techniques. And the idea is that when you're going over to a gathering, I think we forget to add just a little bit of extra touch to it. And everyone, there's a little variety in the flavor. Also, it's the texture of the egg white is different, and people will notice that. So just adding a little bit extra.
Okay, how long does it take you to do mayonnaise? Because everybody's asking.
Oh, okay. So we can do it right now if you want. You want to do it?
Right now.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we'll do it by hand.
Now Angel and I need to make our own mayonnaise,
apparently.
We'll do it by hand. But it's really easy to do it in this little food processor, but it's going to be loud. So,
right, so we'll mute you while we kind of do our little wrap-up-y thing when you're doing the thing.
Okay.
Because we're getting to the top of the hour. We are going to have to do a whole launch for Chef It Up, right?
Yeah.
Chef It Up Club, right? For Chef Maribel. She needs a store. I think there's a lot of really fun stuff happening. Okay, so before the processor, what are the ingredients for mayonnaise?
Right. So you need a little bit, you need one egg at room temperature. That's your secret. That's your secret thing. You need a neutral oil, which I have. So 1 egg to 3/4 cup of neutral oil. And that neutral oil could be, it's up to you. There, we talked about oils before. Some people are like, oh, I only use avocado oil. I only use olive oil, whatever. But it has to be neutral because you don't want to overpower the flavor of the egg, right? So in this instance, I'm using, you can use safflower oil, you can use grapeseed oil, And so I have grapeseed oil right here. I've tried it with avocado oil. I don't like it. It's a little bit bitter. So that's my, taste preference, but maybe somebody else wouldn't mind. So avocado oil does work, and olive oil you can use too, because you've seen mayonnaise with olive oil, but you have to really have a nice clean olive oil, because olive oil, if you really taste it, has a little bit of a bitter note to it. So it has to be really good, high quality, extra virgin olive oil. So that's salt. I'm going to use sea salt. Anytime we're not cooking and it's a fresh type of sauce or like a dressing, you always want to use sea salt, kosher salt for cooking, and an acid. And I'm going to use lemon. If you use Meyer lemon, that's going to be sweet. So, every single ingredient matters. And then a little bit of white pepper, and you can add a little bit of Tabasco to add a little bit of complexity as well. I'm not going to use, no, it's just I think it's a Southern thing. And you don't have to though. So I'm going to just use my egg, oil. You have to make sure that we're adding the oil little by little. That's also a key skill thing. And if you have an immersion blender, that's even easier. You can look that up. Salt, and then a little bit of acid at the end to balance. So it's not just like all egg. All right, so go to it. You can mute me.
All right, let's mute her. She's muted. All right, so because we are in the final minutes of the Angel and Tina morning show, we do have our Connect Virtual Summit coming up next Wednesday. Super excited. It's all about health and wellness, right? Like just taking care of you. And I think taking cooking classes and learning new skills, and even Tina, you talk about that, right? Learn something new, teach something and learn something is a way to just kind of get out of your own head and create some joy into your life. So join us next week for the Connect Virtual Summit, June 30th, 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, if you're looking for more exposure for your business, your book, or your brand, we've got a complimentary media starter kit at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. Let's help you to get more visibility for all of the fabulous things that you are doing.
Fabulous things. I booked us on July 5th, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get that off. So
we'll have to reschedule. Whoever, if you were our guest for July 5th,
you're gonna get rescheduled. We have Marina Simone coming in the house next week. I'm so excited. She is an amazing network marketer and teaching some great skills. So I have her coming in the house. I'm Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. I have a free 5-day masterclass for you. If you go to masteringyourfollowup.com, you can grab that class. Teaches you everything you need to know about attracting your clients, connecting to the clients, and converting them into clients, and keeping them for a lifetime. You can go to masteringyourfollowup.com, grab your free masterclass there. We are going to be taking a couple of days off now that we know that next week is 4th of July. I'm going to Virginia. Angel's having a pool party. We're going to be making deviled eggs, the chef it up Maribel style. All right, Maribel, what do you have for us? Mayonnaise, homemade mayonnaise. Okay, Angel,
yeah, so
come to your house. I need to have homemade mayonnaise.
I know, homemade mayonnaise. I won't have any of this other stuff, right? You saw her adding the oil slowly. Maribel, I can't actually unmute you. Right?
Wait, hold on.
There we go. I'm here.
All right. Well,
okay, so it literally took you less than 4 minutes to make mayonnaise.
Yeah.
How
so I only did okay. So I kind of cheated in that in a traditional mayonnaise, you only use the egg yolk. Okay. But I actually use the whole egg, and granted, this is raw, so you got to be careful. And we're going to make sure that this is refrigerated, but you see that it's like a nice
cream
mayonnaise.
Okay, yeah. So because it's got raw egg, not cooked, this has to be refrigerated.
This has to be refrigerated and used within like a week, probably 5 days. Yeah.
So only
Yeah.
make a little bit, right? You only make, that's why you only,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Cake
I
and
only
a 3/4 cup of oil, and that made almost 3/4 cup of mayonnaise.
yeah, it did. So
ever
and
run out
then if you have like a big food processor that's like a big Cuisinart, then you can do of course more and just double it. Granted, the oil that you add might be different. So it's like chemistry when the oil and the fat mix to make a mixture. An emulsion is what you call it. It's you have to do it little by little, and sometimes you may not need as much double the oil. It's not that exact. It's all about like the chemistry that happens. So I have my mayonnaise here.
Wow.
Looks store-bought. And
does.
and then you don't have added preservatives. And so I need to taste it because I didn't taste it. And
well, you tell people how they connect with you, how they sign up for your classes.
oh my God, it's so good. I just need to add a little bit of lemon juice. This would be great for well, this is mayonnaise. Okay, you mix this into a dressing, a ranch style dressing. It would be even better. We'll talk about dressings next time. So where they can find me, Cocina Maribel. That's CocinaMaribel.com on my website. I'm just about to update everything, but if they sign up for my newsletter, that would be the fastest way to get news about free recipes, my free cooking class series that's coming up, and my in-person Peruvian ceviche class that's happening here in Austin, and also new virtual classes that I'll be posting for the summer for anybody across the nation that wants to participate. I am on Instagram. I just came back from Costa Rica, so there's a few nice videos about food and things that I've discovered there. I've never been to Costa Rica. I've been traveling through South America. I've been to almost all the countries, almost all. And I've studied Latin cuisine. So that is my passion. That's my interest. I also am Latin, I'm Bolivian, Mexican American, grown in San Antonio. So
In San Antonio.
yeah, I was born in La Paz. My roots are there, but they're also, I have Mexican American. I have this nice new tan I'm sporting because I enjoyed the beaches. And so I'm really excited to get back into cooking with everyone fresh from vacation. So I'm excited.
Chefing it up fresh here. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We are Angel.
I'll post the recipe.
Yeah, she will post the recipe on the page. Make sure you go to it. And Maribel, make sure you go grab that chefitup.com.
Okay.
We have merch galore. We are going to be
okay.
you like in the next month. We are
okay.
on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.